I just can't take no pleasure in killing. Just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Where the dead have thrown, crack silver stinks. What is up, everyone? DJ Nubis here with you on the Metal Time Radio podcast with my co-host and good friend, my ghoul brother from the ghoul mother, Mr. Tony of the Dead. And we are the Ghouls of Midnight. If you didn't know, I just put some new music to my intro there. Coming from my own little project called Ghoul Prism, new record out. If you want to check it out, it's free, or you can donate if you want. It's called Kingdom of Eternal Hunger, Volume 2. So these are soundtracks to Mr. Tony and I's show, The Ghouls of Midnight. And what you just heard on the intro there is a song called Midnight Ghoul Massacre. So there you go.
Yeah.
But as always, each week he and I we pick a movie, we alternate picks, past, present, or future. We'll sit down and review it so you don't have to. And so this time, episode 125, my pick is a film from 2024 called Saint Clare, directed by Mitzi Perrone, and it's starring Bella Thorne, Rebecca De Mornay, Ryan Felipe, and Frank Whaley. I didn't even recognize Ryan in this, so that's kind of funny. But
Really?
Either way, before we jump too much into it, let's check out the trailer and refresh our memories about this film.
Everything I've said and done, I was born to do this. Everything I have said and done has been in the hands of God. Everything I have said and done has been in the hands of God. Everything I have said and done has been in the hands of God. I was born to do this. I am not afraid. Is it my burden to carry? My gift? My curse? Why have you made me this way? The blood? It won't come off.
All right, Miss Bridger, I don't wish to take too much of your time, but can you walk us through your day yesterday?
What is it you do when you sneak out at night?
Everything I have said and done has been in the hands of God. Everything I have said and done has been in the hands of God. I was born to do this. I am not afraid. I am the result of a fallen world.
There you go, Saint Clare. So the premise is, of course, to the world, Clare Bleecker, played by Bella Thorne, appears to be a normal student, animal lover, and devout vegan, living with her grandmother. But like a small town she lives in, Clare is more than she appears to be. Underneath the reserved appearance lives a sociopath with dissociative identity disorder, a serial killer. And of course, it starts out when she's younger. She witnesses this guy in the middle of a forest. He's basically torturing a deer and killing it and drowning it, which I suppose at some point, because they kind of skip around a little bit in terms of like the flashbacks and stuff, but he apparently tries to attack another young kid. It's part of their group. She ends up killing him, and it becomes this big secret that, she's killed the serial killer or whatever. But as she gets older, obviously she still has these tendencies, which she's, kind of religious. So she kind of chalks it up to this is what her purpose is, apparently. Your first impressions of this film?
I don't know. I can tell you my ending impressions. I don't know. It starts off like promising, it's like, okay, this girl, it's like, going to get revenge on it. I like those kind of stories, revenge, like a thriller kind of, and that, and it starts off, like I said, but then it just like, it's kind of all over the place. And I'm just going to say this right now. She's a terrible actress. She's not as bad as Dakota Johnson or whatever her name is from 50 Shades of Grey, but man, at least she's eye candy, but man, she can't act. I'm sorry. Like she's just like monotone one, and for somebody that's like supposed to be smart, and she's doing this, like she comes up with the stupidest excuses and obvious, like, why are you in that room? Oh, the locks doors were locked, so I wouldn't. I know I just, again, it started off okay, but as the movie goes on, I found myself pausing it a lot and having to come back and doing that. It was just, I don't know, but that trailer makes it look awesome.
Well, yeah, and you've touched on a lot of things. Now, it's hard for me to say whether or not she's really a bad actress. The only reason why I say it is because she appears in these two movies with Samara Weaving called The Babysitter, and she's actually pretty good in that. She's kind of funny, just doing that role. Now, whether or not she's destined to be the primary focus of a film, I haven't seen everything she's done, so it's hard to say. I agree with you a lot. Like, she felt very flat in this.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if the idea was because of what she was trying to portray as a sociopath. Like, I didn't know if that's what it was going after, but it makes her very uninteresting the way they did it, if that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
If not, then you're right. She's just not very good at a lead role.
You said The Babysitter, and when I was looking this up, I was like, oh, that's right, she was in The Babysitter, and I thought she was fine in that.
Yeah.
I forgot she was in that, but now, maybe lead character, maybe it's just too much.
Yeah, because that's, when I saw her and, as far as being in this film, that what led me to say, well, maybe I should check this out, because I did like The Babysitter. I thought she was okay in that.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, some of the visuals in this are some nice things where they're dancing, kind of doing this, party rave thing. So again, I get kind of drawn in with some of these psychedelic things that I'm watching.
Yeah.
But it's a great premise, like you said, because it's not really so much horror. This is more of a thriller mystery, which isn't bad because it does have its own twists and turns as it goes around, because she's finding out that there are girls that are disappearing from this town, and she starts to unravel like this mystery of where she's at that party, and she finds some photos from one of the guys that she knows that's, hoarding these like Polaroids of these girls that have been gone missing. And of course, one of her friends is somebody who was in one of these photos. Actually, had a couple friends in these photos, but they're alive still. So she's trying to figure out what's going on. Plus, she's also, like we said, she's a killer. So earlier in the film, she's at a bus stop that a bus is never coming, because she got told that the bus wasn't coming that day or whatever. And then this guy pulls up in a car, and he's like, well, hey, I'll just give you a ride to where you're going. And it's because like the old, you shouldn't talk to strangers and hitchhike, stuff like that. But she does it anyway, because she's really not afraid, obviously. And of course, that's what ends up happening. It's like this guy starts behaving weird. There's a part of me that says, well, I don't know if he was really a danger or not, but later we find he was. But she ends up killing him, but they don't really show you a lot, which is really weird for me in this film, because they kind of sold it as like you said, a revenge film.
Yeah.
But they don't really give you a lot of the good stuff. It's and then we're gonna talk about some other shit too, but. Yeah. She ends up unraveling a lot of mystery. She has this cop that's been looking around for the killer, because apparently, and this is going to get back to your point, early in the film, when they find the body of the guy from the car that had tried to take her or whatever, she's like, well, I was careful. I didn't have any DNA left behind. So, clearly it tells us that she's done this for a long time. Now, granted, when she was a young kid, she was probably about 10 or so. And so now she's probably like 18. So even though she does not look like a teenager in this film.
Yeah, I guess it's college.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. But so we get this impression she's a seasoned killer. She knows what she's doing. Now she's left one town to come to this one, to transfer schools. And, again, the cops are asking about, all the students like where they were a particular day, and she's inconsistent. So it just kind of goes through. Now, I didn't recognize Rebecca De Mornay right away either. That plays the grandmother, and what we learn is Claire's parents were killed in an accident, and her grandmother took her in. And I thought that Rebecca did a really good job in this. I liked her character. But as we go on, she ends up. This is where I get mad because she ends up like discovering the guys that is taking the girls. Like one of them, like this is like it's all connected. It's like a trafficking scheme with these guys. So some of the younger guys that she goes to school with are basically taking pictures, sort of like scouting for these guys. And so she ends up running across this one dude who is the first guy we saw with the long hair down there, and he's got her friend tied up, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna send her out to wherever she's gonna go. And then we've got this new one. He caught Claire and got her tied down. Now, somehow when she was in the house earlier before, she didn't think twice about drinking that drink at all. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking like, okay, so either she's really fucking stupid, or she's just confident enough that she's going to set it up to where she's going to like get this guy one way or the other, which she does end up getting out of her situation, but it's not like you think. So the guy drugs her, and he has her tied downstairs in the chair while her friend is tied up in the bed. And then he's got some other dudes that come in. I guess these are just buyers or whatever, or they
more
like
workers or something.
Yeah. And so instead of just saying like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and like ship the one girl out, and then we're going to just ship Claire out, they decide that they're going to have some fun time with her, or try to. And that's when shit goes south. So obviously they start trying to fuck with her, and she gets out, takes some scissors, and starts stabbing. Now, this is where it really drives me nuts.
Yeah.
You're outnumbered. There's at least 4 dudes. And you're not thinking of like stabbing the dude in the neck or in the eye socket or something. Like you get him right here. That's not going to do anything.
Wow.
And then lo and behold, she's managed to get herself the hole of the gun. And again, our first twist is the cop is in on it. The cop that's been kind of pursuing her.
Yeah.
And I think that's Ryan's character. So he shows up, and the one guy has her friend like with a knife on the bed because he's threatening to kill her if she tries to shoot him. But then the cop shows up, and so now she's got the cop at gunpoint as well as the other guy. And so she tells the cop to tell the other guy to let her go, which he does. But then she doesn't shoot him in the face. She shoots him right here again. And instead of just shooting the cop in the face, she decides not to. And he gets away. Mm-hmm. So I'm already thinking, okay, so she's smart enough to keep her DNA away from the other scene, but she's not smart enough to kill people when she's outnumbered. She's a killer. This is what she's supposed to do.
It could have been all over right there.
Yeah. And
well, I mean, of course, there's more to it, but like they would have been done. She could have called the cops and said, he's in on it, and this is what's going on, and then boom. But no. Like, I don't know. She wouldn't have gotten in trouble for it. She was fucking kidnapped.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. So he gets away. So eventually, she, and this actually plays another part. She saves her friend. And then she's on the news. And so she gets back to her house, and she's kind of like, hey, Grandma, you should see this. I unraveled a mystery or whatever the fuck it was. And so then she finds out that her grandma's dead, like in a chair.
Like King Diamond.
She could have just turned around.
Yeah. But I don't remember if it really alluded to it or not, but I think the cop, Timmons, did it. I think he killed her.
Well, he said he killed her, but technically it was a heart attack.
Yeah.
So,
because but obviously, had she shot the motherfucker in the basement, that would not have happened. She was so distraught about her grandma now. So anyway, they kind of go back and forth. He throws her in some like tub or something in the basement. I don't know what the fuck that was, but she ends up coming out and just snaps his neck. Like, she's strong enough to do that. Like, I'm like, okay. So that ends that. Now comes the probably the best twist, which I liked, was she found out that one of her girlfriends was actually the one being the researcher and recruiter. She was the one that was working with the cop and everybody else, and this is a real bitch. They don't give us the death scene. If anybody deserved a fucking gruesome death to be seen on film, that was it.
Yep.
She was the biggest traitor of any motherfucker in the film, and you robbed us of that. Because all you get is the final scene of,
I didn't see her being one. I thought she was a victim.
Yeah. Well, they took picture. Well, she took a picture of her, but she was posing.
Yeah.
But the minute you figure it out, like they start unraveling it, it's like, oh, damn, that's some cold shit, right? Because there's like a lot of dead girls, and then her friend was about ready to be one. And so, like, I'm like, and then they just show Claire looking back at the screen, and it's like, you hear people screaming because Claire, apparently, from what I read, because they don't show you anything, the fake knife because she was in a play with this girl, and she had a fake knife, but she apparently swapped it out with a real blade and ended up probably stabbing this other girl. But we never see it. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I kind of just started thinking about, I'm like, the director, and it's not that there are bad female directors, but something tells me this director didn't want us to go out of this situation thinking that, we don't want to kill the girl on screen because that's so cliche. But no, this isn't a good person. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't mind showing her snapping necks or shooting guys, or stabbing them with scissors, but you're afraid to show her killing the one person that deserves it over all of them. Like, what are you doing?
Maybe could it be because it was a woman?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this was like a feminist point of view to try to, like, not, like, she was too afraid, like too much of a coward to go down that road. And I just hate that. Like, that's like, that's just a bad move. Like, it's one thing if you're not killing girls, because she didn't really show much in the film in terms of the gore or anything, so it didn't matter. But I don't know. Like, it just kind of bothered me. Like, that was the one person that was the worst of them all. A girl betraying other women for trafficking. Like, that's such a huge, like, no.
Yeah, you got to show that. You have to show, like, it's like the main boss. It's like playing a video game all the way through, and at the end, you don't see what happens after you kill the boss, or even see you killing the boss, let alone what happens.
Right.
That fade out at the end. I was like, seriously? Like, that's the end? Which, by the way, people, the ending is in the trailer. Just saying.
Yeah, it is.
It's the very last scene in the trailer. I'm just saying, if we didn't say about spoilers, but like, it's pretty much. But
well, it's a couple years old anyway, so it doesn't matter. But like, I just remember seeing that, and I'm waiting because I'm like, oh, it's that girl. She's the one that's been doing all the. And I thought, oh, this is gonna be good. She's gonna go fucking ham on this chick, and no, dude, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I was so mad
when they show the, like, putting the pieces together though, and then it like shows her involved. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I didn't see that coming. I thought she was just another, like, airheaded, like student or whatever.
Yeah.
The one thing we didn't touch on is the ghost. What's his name? Was it Bob? I can't remember his freaking name.
Yeah. The one that it was a mailman that.
Yeah.
He just found his wife cheating on him, and he was depressed, and he was in the forest and just kind of down in dumps. And then, like, he was hugging her because, he was just trying to connect or feel better, but he was doing it a bit too tightly. So it kind of, again, this left you with this weird, I don't think he meant harm, but the way that the director presented it was almost like as if he was going to kill her in place of his wife. And so it's a little bit ambiguous. So like I didn't even know what to take from that. But then when she gets away and then he runs and he trips over a rock or something and kills himself because he dies from just
Blood
falling.
force trauma.
Yeah. So then he just haunts her and she talks. And no one notices that she talks to herself. That's what gets me. She's literally talking behind her and there's no one there.
I know.
You
Well,
can see
her aunt noticed, or I mean, her grandmother notices it at one time, but it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. And I've spent most of the movie like, is he a ghost or is he really like just in her head? Because she's like her role model is Joan of Arc, and that's what this is kind of like.
Yeah,
and Joan of Arc heard voices, but I think he was a ghost because he knew things that she didn't know. There's no way she knew the passcode to that phone.
Yeah.
Unless somehow she saw her doing it and they didn't show it to the audience. But I think he really was a ghost, and I think she's only seen him because maybe he really was innocent and he really just wanted a connection, like you said, and he died. So now he's haunting her because of this and helping her at the same time, which is kind of a lame part of the story. You don't need him at all. Like it could have just been her, because it's almost like an American Werewolf in London kind of thing where he's seeing his friends decomposing out throughout the movie, and that's just kind of reminding me of it. But I don't think we needed him either. And then like, oh, we're gonna make it like so you're not so obvious. Let's go to a party and stuff. But she's so fucking awkward. It's so unnerving. It's like even though she's hot, I'd be like, I don't know, that girl's a little weird. Like besides talking to herself, I don't know. She shows up to the party looking like, from Prey.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know what that was all about, but I don't know. It's a very weird movie, and there's so many flashbacks. But I like you. I like that dancing scene with the music. I don't know. It zones you in because you just picture them all like they're all stoned and drunk and stuff. What's gonna happen? It's like, oh, where's your bathroom upstairs? Oh, here we go. Always that bathroom scene in a party.
Yeah.
Alone. Ay.
Well, let's get your final thoughts and your rating for St. Clair.
Oh boy. Well, like I said, I like the idea of it. I love revenge films, and her going after bad men, is cool. I like that she found this rabbit hole, but I feel like going into this rabbit hole, she skipped a few other holes that she could have fell into. I don't know how to make that sound right, but there's like unanswered things too. Like that guy had all those pictures in the room. What happened to him? Why didn't he get in trouble? He had the pictures. He was obviously involved. The guy taking the pictures, he got his camera taken, but was he still involved? We don't know that. Like I still think he was shady.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of like unanswered questions, and that's another thing that's a part of the problem. Because it's funny because they go and they, she's trying to figure out like where she thinks it's one person doing the killing of these kids, these younger girls.
Yeah.
And then right like towards the end, the director just throws like 100 people at you that are involved. Like it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Which is okay, like I said, to a degree, but then when you set up your character for Claire to be this, even though she's young, she's supposedly a seasoned killer, meaning she's smart. She knows how to get away with shit.
Yeah.
But then as the film goes, like she's not very smart at all when it comes to how she kills. Like, and she's not, again, if you're outnumbered, you should be killing to make sure they're down so they can't come back to get you.
Man. That part pissed me off.
Yeah, and then again, the end, like just no real, like it's like a rub and tug that never finishes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, that's a good way of putting it. A rub and tug that doesn't finish. Yeah, yeah. Like the whole time, like that part was like one of the parts that was actually good in, where she's finally like she takes the handcuffs and like you don't see it totally, but like she like rips out the guy's mouth and then like the scissors stab it. And it's like, okay, good, but keep doing it. Like that could have been like a scene where she's like, and like the blood's going everywhere. It's like,
Yeah.
but like you said, why did she drink the drink? Is it just so she knew? I'm trying to justify this. Maybe she drank it knowing that he would take her where the other girls were, but you don't say that.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. It's like, that's the only thing I could take from it because, but then again, when she doesn't kill them like the way she should, it tells me maybe she just really is stupid as a character.
She lacks the social skills, but she's a good killer.
Right. Maybe she's just getting lucky that she didn't get caught. You know, that's really what it is because when she's saying like, well, I left no DNA trace at the crime scene, like, oh, okay. So she knows what she's doing. So I'm thinking that she's like this, you know, conniving killer and she's done it before. So like, it's not like she's hasn't done it.
Yeah.
So it's really weird just the way the director was kind of floating us around. And I was disappointed. I really wanted this to be better than it was.
Yeah, same here. I mean, well, we don't go into these like hoping shit, but man, yeah, I think I heard of this movie, but I never had any interest in it. But
yeah,
like you said, we watch them so you don't have to, and you don't have to watch this one. I'm saying. I mean, I don't want to say don't watch it because
I mean,
like,
anybody, you know, it's all subjective. I mean, someone else might get something out of it, but no,
there's other ones you can watch first.
Yeah,
you put it in the back burner if you really want to watch it. But I didn't really like it. I thought there was good scenes, but like it was just plot holes, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I could. Like I said, I was pausing it a lot, and I don't know. Maybe her acting as a main character, like I said, is just bad. And because, like you said, in The Babysitter, I didn't mind her in that. I don't really know anything else of her, but like if from my first point of view of this, it's bad. Her acting is bad in this, but I'd have to give this one probably like a 4.5 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not far from you. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Again, I don't know if her character if the director was just trying to get her to be kind of flat because she's sort of disconnected from reality, or if that's just a flat way of Bella like performing the character, which part of me says part of me says I hope it just was on purpose, but it doesn't really satisfy the viewer, in my opinion, in terms of like a person that's supposed to be a killer.
Unless you're like a woman walking around with no bra on.
Right.
Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom.
But my Ghoul rating is going to be a 3 out of 10 on this.
Wow.
Again, I would say if you want to check it out. But I didn't get much out of it, and I won't ever go back to it. So
same here.
But anyway, once you're all done with this, once Mr. Tony has his episode up, which we'll be reviewing ATM from 2012. That's another interesting one, but I can say it was better than this one. Even if it's not by much, but
yeah, as I said, you'll have to come over and see by how much.
Yeah. But I did also update this music to my outro. And for those that have followed me for a long time, the music I've been using on some of my intros and outros from the band Nomos. And they just released a new record called No Peace a couple days ago. So you'll be hearing a little bit of new stuff from there in the outro. So like and subscribe to Mr. Tony the Dead. Like and subscribe to the Melatonia Podcast. We appreciate the support for the Ghouls of Midnight. And we'll see you over there and have a good night.